Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome to another episode of the Secret Roots podcast. I hope your year 2024 started beautifully. And I am coming here for the first, I think it's the first episode, the second, I don't know. I am getting lost and confused. I guess it doesn't really matter in the end. I am having a slow beginning of 2024. And I love to take it easy in January because in January, we actually don't have the energy to be go, 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 to do launches, to start like creating the most transformational things and to express ourselves the most because we're still in that winter season. So, of course, you might have your own inner seasons, but we are deeply influenced by nature and by the seasons. And so, if you are in the northern hemisphere, it's still the winter. It's still a time for you to go within, to connect with yourself, to truly envision what is it really that you want to create in 2024. And you're not starting from scratch. You're not starting from scratch. Like who you are becoming has been brewing and incubating in the womb of the great mother for the past months, for the past years. And so if you haven't set your intentions yet for 2024, that's fine. And also, the way you showed up in October, November, December is deeply going to influence actually what is going to happen to you in 2024. And if you didn't like the way that you showed up, you can still like put things back on track and clear your year and come back with the right intentions into this year. So I am coming here to invite you to take it easy. If you don't have the life force energy to take it easy, like I've been sick, my voice is still like not totally recovered. My son has been sick. We've been resting a lot and taking it very, very easy. And it is beautiful when we can tap into the wisdom of the season and truly understand that the time for you to show up is going to come. Spring always shows up. I have never had a year with no spring. Winter seasons can be longer. It's true. It can take more time. And that's true for nature. It's true for your own expression, for your own soul evolution. But spring always comes back. The return of the light is a promise that will always happen. The light will always return. And really often that actually happens around February, March. Energetically, the season of spring actually begins on February 8th with, so just after Imbolc, which is on February 2nd. You see, I'm losing my voice. And so this is why I'm actually hosting a retreat around the spring equinox, March 12th until the 15th. It's a 4-day retreat to actually help you tap into your power, tap into your soul, tap into the infinite connection that you have with the divine, which gives you limitless power. This is your divine feminine energy. This is your intuition. This is your confidence, your unapologetic essence. And once you start tapping into that, oh my gosh, you truly become unstoppable and you can birth your highest potential, your greatest dreams, your ambitions. And so I'm really excited to be hosting this 4-day retreat here in BC in Canada in the middle of March to truly help you make the most out of this year 2024. So if you haven't been giving it your all in January, don't blame yourself. This is actually good because if you do, you might be burnt out by the time it's March. When life is actually inviting you to show up, to step up, and to truly serve with your gifts. So check the show notes of this episode if you want to have more information about this retreat. We have a few spots left and we would love to have you. We're going to close the door end of January, so make sure to reach out if you have any questions because we're getting sold out soon. All right, something I wanted to talk to you about as well is how to increase your intuition. Today, I wanted to share 3 very simple ways that you can increase your intuition, because if this year is the year that you truly want to live aligned with your soul, you want to find that direction, that fulfillment in your life, you want to be clear on your next steps and truly how you can serve with your gifts, and have the most abundant life, it's very important to rely on your intuition. You know, this is a topic I'm really big on. I keep talking about it over and over again because it's so potent and so life changing. And when I started following my intuition, my life completely changed. So I still do. Like, if I hadn't followed my intuition, I wouldn't be living in Canada. I wouldn't have studied energy healing. I wouldn't have launched my business. I wouldn't have married rich. I wouldn't have had children. I wouldn't have found the house that we are living in. All these really big decisions, I actually made them with my intuition. And so it might always not make sense from the outside world. My family, my brother always makes fun of me, like, oh, you're always doing things differently, Ele. But that's because I trust my intuition. I know when she's speaking to me, I know where she's guiding me. And I have such a strong bond with this part of me that if my intuition is telling me to do something, I quit all the rest and I just do that because it never, never, never let me down. And so, three ways that you can actually strengthen that relationship with this part of you that I want to share with you today. The first one is that, as you know, you might not know, but I'm guessing that you know that we have an energetic structure. We are pure energy and we have 7 main chakras in our bodies. We actually have 360 chakras, 21 minors, and then 7 majors. So we often talk about those 7 major chakras because all those smaller chakras are connected to the bigger ones. So to keep it easy, we just keep it limited to 7. And so those within those 7 chakras, we have what we call here the third eye. I'm doing here. If you're watching this video, you're seeing me point to the middle of my eyebrows, just a little bit higher. And it's close to your pineal gland because your third eye is connected to your pineal gland. If you actually look at a pineal gland, it looks like an eye. It's very interesting. And so your third eye is the seat of your inner sight, of your intuition, of your ability to visualize, to imagine things, and to see yourself clearly. Because we often have a clouded vision of who we are. It's hard for us to see ourselves. Like, I'm seeing myself right now recording this video because I have a screen in front of me and a camera, and it's mirroring my face back at me. Hi. I can say hi to myself. And if I look at myself in a mirror, I can see myself as well. But if we don't have these external tools, it's hard for us to see ourselves. And sometimes a friend can play that role of a mirror. And life actually plays that role of a mirror a lot because our external reality is a reflection of our internal reality. I'm sure you've heard me say that many times. And this is exactly for this purpose. It's for you to help you see yourself. It's for you to help you have clarity on who you are and where you might be stuck and where you could expand. So life is just the greatest teacher, the greatest mirror of all. And if you have a clouded vision of who you are, you're also going to have a clouded intuition. So let me share 3 very simple and powerful ways that you can increase your intuition today, tomorrow, this week, this year, so that you can hear her more, feel her more, and start relying on her more when you make these big life and business decisions. Because they will be the most rewarding, probably take you out of your comfort zone the most. I didn't say it was going to be easy, but it's going to be the most rewarding and fulfilling in the end. So the first thing is to do sun gazing. Right now, if you are in the Northern Hemisphere, again, it's the winter season, and so the sun is not getting up too late. And so at sunrise and sunset, this is where the rays of the sun, the light codes of the sun, the solar energy is the most powerful for us because we are sun beings. We are nourishing ourselves from the energy of the sun. What you're eating, you're not just eating the ingredients, you're eating the energy that allowed this vegetable to grow, to end up on your plate, and you're actually eating the energy of the sun through your zucchini, through your carrot, through your cheese. Yes, this is actually what we are nourishing ourselves from. And so, looking at the sun when the sun is rising and breathing in the sun through your third eye. So, intentionally breathing in and seeing the energy of the sun entering your body through your third eye is incredibly potent for the expansion of your intuition. Ancient Egyptians, the Druids as well, like there's many ancient cultures who knew about that, and they would do sun gazing in the morning. They would also put their hands up and like really take in the whole energy of the sun with their whole body. But for the purpose of expanding and increasing your intuition, you can simply breathe. Take 3, 4, 5 big inhales of this sun energy through your third eye and then send it all the way down to the earth. So, this is a simple way to expand your intuition and open your third eye. Another way is to actually release your negative self talk. As I was saying earlier, if you have a clouded vision of who you are, you're going to have a clouded intuition. And the negative self talk is coming from your ego, from your mind, not from your higher self that knows that you're absolutely perfect and that knows that you have true potential that just wants to bloom. And so, for you to tap into that potential by following your intuition, you need to let go of those thoughts about yourself that are limiting. Those thoughts that are, sometimes we surprise ourselves saying, I don't know if this is going to work out. I don't know if I'm cut for this. Do I have what it takes? I feel like an imposter. All these limiting thoughts that might pop into your head. Just observe them, but let them go. Don't let them take over because we have powerful inner critics within us. And if they start to rule our lives, then your intuition is going to become smaller and smaller. And so, what voice do you choose to listen to? Is it the voice that doesn't always make sense and that feels a bit scary, but that knows what's in your highest good? Or is it the voice that just wants to keep you small and safe and is always going to keep you in your comfort zone and not going to expand you? If you are not sure of like how to distinguish these two voices, you can go back to, I think it's my episode number 2, really something I did at the beginning of this podcast, where I said, is this my soul or my ego? And I'm really explaining to you the difference between the voice of your ego, the voice of your intuition, your voice of your soul. So this is an incredible podcast episode to listen to with this one, if you haven't listened to episode number 2 yet. And the third way that you can also activate your third eye and increase your intuition is to use the energy of your own body. You are an energetic being. And I have trained for years as an energy healer, but we all have the ability to become healers because we all have a heart, and our heart is connected to universal consciousness, universal love. And so when we heal with our hands, when we use our hands and we lay the hands on the body of someone else, what we're actually doing is healing with our heart, because our heart chakra is connected to our hands. When you think about it, your hands all the way up, the energy is going to your shoulder and then down. Oh, and right there is your heart. And so the energy of your heart just goes into your hands, especially when you intentionally send the energy that way. And so by using your hands, you can increase your intuition. How? You're going to rub your hands against each other like this. You can hear it in the microphone. You rub them until they become warm. And by rubbing them, you're going to activate these 2 chakras in your hands that are connected to your heart. These are the 2 minor chakras. 2 of the 360 other chakras that we have in our bodies that I was talking about earlier. And these 2 are connected to your heart. So by rubbing your hands, you're going to wake them up in a way, and you're going to call the energy there. And then you can face them, face your hands, and breathe in and expand, and exhale and breathe them back together. And then, you're going to feel there's a resistance there. It's like there's a ball of light that is being created between your hands. Do that one more time. Inhale. Let your hands expand. Let that ball charge. And exhale. Bring your hands back together until there's a resistance. Do that a third time. Inhale. Let your hand expand, go further away from each other, and then bring them back together. And oh, there again, there's a beautiful resistance. There's a bowl of light, literally, that's being created by your hands. And then you bring that bowl of light up and you place your hands on your two eyes and you make them kind of cross over each other on your third eye. And you breathe here. And you can see a like indigo color going from your hands to your third eye and opening, expanding your third eye. This is a practice that you can do before your meditation or after your meditation, or just in the moment, in the morning, as a simple practice to connect with your body, to connect with your intuition. And then be receptive to colors that you might see, sensations that you might feel. You can ask questions as well. Okay, spirit guides, I have opened my third eye. I am ready to receive. What is in my highest good? How do you want me to serve today? What direction would serve me the most? What is the lesson that I am meant to learn and understand here? Ask all sorts of questions. Everything that you want clarity on, you can ask it in that moment, and be open to receive guidance, whether it's in that practice or later in the day. And it can show up as a sign, as a number, as a color, as a sensation, as a call from a friend, as someone telling you this, as a conversation with a client, as a post that you're seeing on social media, an email that you're receiving. I mean, gosh, there are so many ways that our soul and our spirit guides are guiding us. And the more you can ask questions and open your third eye, the more you're going to receive answers, and you'll be able to gather the pieces of the puzzle and get clarity on how to move forward. So, simple recap of this episode: 3 ways that you can expand your intuition today. Number 1, breathe in the sunlight at sunrise and sunset is the best. Release negative self-talk. You might be able to hear your inner critic, but just don't believe her and don't follow what she tells you, because there's the voice of wisdom inside of you that's guiding you somewhere else. And third, you do that simple energy practice with your hands. I'm excited to see what's going to come out of this for you. If you're ready to bring this work deeper, check out the Feminine Force Retreat that I'm hosting in March, where we're going to do more of this work. There's also going to be a one-on-one soul activation in this retreat that is really going to help bring your soul into your body. It's going to help you merge with your soul, with your higher self, so that you can express that highest potential into the world, serve with your gifts, expand your healing gifts, expand your perspective gifts, expand your presence, your magnetism. We're going to work a lot on the heart as well, so that you can magnetize more opportunities, more listeners to your work, more dream clients, maybe a book deal that you want to sign, more podcasts that you want to be interviewed on. If you work on your heart, again, your heart center, which is the most magnetic center, you become truly, truly magnetic, and your heart is connected to your intuition as well, and to your soul. So I'm really excited to be working on all of these during our retreat, so that you can come out of these 4 days feeling truly unstoppable, limitless, completely connected to your higher self, and birth your dreams and ambitions and your truest essence into the world in 2024. So this is going to be really exciting. I cannot wait to see you there if this is calling you. And if you have any questions, just reach out on Instagram and let me know how I can support you in making the most aligned decision for your spiritual journey. So much love to you, and I'll see you soon.